and welcome back to the Just My Luck vodcast, where I turn my dorm room into a reality TV confessional for my questionable life decisions, because it is time that I put my yapping skills to good use. Earlier, I tried to film this video with MacBook Cards, and it was not working, and now I'm trying to film it with this thing, and this is also not working, so I think we're just gonna go no effects today. Before we start this video, I just want to give a huge thank you to anybody who watched the last video, who commented on the last video, who liked the last video, who hated the last video, just anybody who watched it in general, or even just like heard about it and reached out to me about it. All of your support means the absolute world, and I was so overjoyed because I had people send me like the sweetest messages, just basically being like happy that I was being like transparent about like my college experience and about like some of the good, bad, and the ugly, I guess you could say. And it just really made me feel so grateful that like other people, first of all, that you guys watched it, but also that, you know, like people were able to like relate to my story, and that I could play a little role in helping people feel less alone in that. And just in general, like, I did not expect so many of my friends to even watch it, so the fact that so many of them did just made me so grateful. I just couldn't thank all of you enough, so thank you guys for tuning in last week, and if you're tuning in this week as well, also thank you so much. I had a friend of mine ask me why I started this, and it's kind of funny. I've wanted to do this for, like, months. Like, I wanted to do this since like before I got to college, but I was always too scared because I was like, people are gonna think it's cringe, people are gonna think it's weird, people are gonna judge it. And then I realized, like, wait, I should just do it anyways. Honestly, no one's really gonna care. Like, you can just kind of just do it, and as long as it's fun, like, that's all that's important. And so I just, you know, started it on a whim, and it was so much fun to make the last episode, and I was like, yeah, I want to keep doing this every week. Like, this is so fun. And speaking of cringe, so about today's episode, I feel like when I try to hold back the cringe, like, I'm just like not being myself. Like, I am cringy. We need to embrace it. I need to embrace it. In the spirit of this, we're gonna go back in time and talk about maybe my cringiest era ever. I was going to do like a full thing. I thought about, like, I'm actually turning 19 next week, and I thought about doing like the last 9 years, but I don't really think that anybody wants to see 9 years of cringe in one video. Oh, and I hate talking about this, but I feel like it has to be addressed. 2020 was the year that I tried to get TikTok famous. It's actually so crazy to think about now that like TikTok got banned, and like I am one of the few people who literally doesn't have it anymore, because once the app got banned, I like waited a day, and then I was like, this is taking up too much of my storage, it's not going to come back. 2 hours before they, like, brought TikTok back, I deleted it. So now I don't have it, all my friends do, and it's, like, the worst, because literally my older sister was like, oh, I was going to send you a TikTok today, but I forgot you don't have it. I literally crashed out. But anyways, yeah, 2020 was the year that I really thought I was going to get TikTok famous. I think me trying to get TikTok famous actually started in 2019. I used to make these, like, stupid, I would love to say that they're comedy videos, but, like, are they really comedy videos? Because they were not funny. They were not funny. 2019 to 2020-ish, like, first I tried to get famous on TikTok for being funny, and I realized, girl, that's just not going to happen. I also was, like, fully, like, what was I, like, 13? Like, I don't even remember, but, like, I was probably like 13, 14, and I did not know what I was doing clearly, and my videos were not getting any traction, and I was trying to post them to my Snapchat, because I thought, oh, if people see it on my Snapchat, they're going to think I'm really funny, and they're going to go to my TikTok and they don't like it, and actually just led to me getting bullied even further. Like, what was she thinking? It's so bad. But then, which leads us to 2020, when the pandemic happened, like, I was like, you know what, like, I'm gonna get famous for my dancing, which is what a lot of people said in 2020. Like, this was not an original thought, this was not an original idea. So I was posting dance videos, like, every single day, sometimes twice a day. I would film in advance, I would wear different outfits. Sometimes I would choreograph my own dances to put on the internet that obviously no one did because they were so bad. And I really thought that I was gonna, oh my god, and I remember one of my videos got like 500 likes. And mind you, I only had like 23 followers probably. And I was like, wow, I'm going to be famous. I truly believed that, okay, this is my calling. And so I just kept posting and posting and posting and posting to the point where it started getting close to the time where I was about to be a freshman in high school, like later that year. And I was like, no, you have to stop. You have to stop. Transferred school, still in the same town. And I remember there was like people there who I was like kind of mutuals with, because the two schools, like people were kind of mutuals, whatever. There were people there who were like mutuals who were like, oh my god, why did you ever stop posting your dance videos? And I was like, it was so bad. I was like, no, please don't say you'll remember. Please don't say you'll remember. And I can't even be like, oh my god, it was years ago. That was so cringe. Like, how could you even remember that? But it actually was not, it really was not that long. Like the time gap between when I stopped posting and when I got to high school. So it was like very valid. I think 2025, the in for 2025, it's that all of us embrace our cringe. Because guess what? We are all, whether or not we want to admit it, we are all a little cringe. My TikTok fame era, like, I was having so much fun. I was having too much fun, and I was truly letting that freak flag fly. I might look back on this podcast and be like, wow, that was really cringe. But, like, what I'll remember from that era is all the fun I had putting this together, putting this little series together. And so, all of this is to say, embrace that inner cringe, because you know what? That is so in this year. Love, Lay.